I'm Gloria Strode, and welcome to Straightforward. Today I have an amazing woman of faith, LaShandra Hill-Covington. See, I knew her aunties when we were little girls growing up over in our village, and now we have this beautiful warrior, someone that has won the battle against breast cancer. How many times? Twice. And so from that, we ended up with this amazing book, and we shared it with our viewers before, Lemonade for Sale. And the great thing about this story is you came and visited with me, and I said, oh no, you got to write a book. I believed you could write that book.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you wrote the book, and you came back, and we shared it with our viewers. And I just wanted to revisit with you, and for you to share with our viewers your story of victory, because we worshiped together.
Yes.
And then every Sunday morning when you were the person to sing, I look forward to it because I knew that you had walked the faith walk and that your testimony was real. It was not a performance, because sometimes when people singing in church, it's a performance. But yours, you could tell it came from the depths of your soul. And so share with our viewers how old you were when you first got diagnosed with breast cancer the first time.
I was 21 years old, right before my 22nd birthday.
And that was just a young girl, pretty much, just moving over into adult life.
Yes, I just had my son. I was getting ready to get married, actually, and found the lump in the shower.
Really?
Found the lump in the shower.
Just randomly?
Just randomly.
No symptoms or anything?
Found the lump, and like I said, I just had a son, so I thought maybe it was something residual.
Right, from having the baby.
From having the baby. But the lump never moved.
Really?
So I went ahead and went to the doctor. Of course, with me being 21, they said, well, it couldn't be anything like that.
Probably a clogged milk duct or something like that, which people I've heard, they've been told that before, because you were young.
Yes.
And they were not expecting that.
Yeah. But I guess Dr. Eldridge, and God bless the dead, he said, you look concerned, so we'll send you to a surgeon. And they gave me different options.
Right.
The options were, to take a needle biopsy, or, there's drugs you can take to shrink the knot, look over it for about a couple of months to see if it would shrink.
Right.
Or I could get it taken out. And I told him, take it out, because it doesn't belong here.
Exactly.
Luckily, I took it out. 7 days later, they called me back and told me it was breast cancer, it was aggressive, and I was stage 3.
Stage 3?
I was stage 3.
At 21 years old?
21 years old.
And no symptoms?
No symptoms.
Other than
Besides
the knot in the shower.
Yep.
And so what happened from there? So what did you decide to do? Because what I keep hearing from people, and I had one of my college friends who was very young at the time, had very aggressive, but she didn't win her battle. It just was too much for her body. But some people decide to take different routes for treatment.
Right.
Some people just have the lump removed. Some people have the full mastectomy. My husband's cousin that lives in Philadelphia, originally she's from New York, just participated in New York Fashion Week. And they were all breast cancer survivors. And there was one lady on the runway that had a double mastectomy. And because it was preventative. It's like, okay, so we don't want to do this. So who helped you decide on what was going to be the route for you?
Oh, it took a lot. I thank God for a supportive husband. My husband said, whatever you want to do, I support it.
Right.
I want you here.
To live.
So, yeah.
So vanity wasn't this thing.
You, Tony Covington.
I know, he's a great guy from a great family. So it didn't matter to him the aesthetics.
Right.
It was about keeping you alive.
Right.
So it wasn't this big struggle about, do I have to have, if I remove this, there's going to be a problem in the marriage. He didn't care about that.
Not with him, but check on your breast cancer survivors, because it's a lot on us.
Yes.
At 21, I was like, no, what do you mean you got to take my breast off? At that age, you think about image.
Exactly.
You think about image. So then At that point, they had already taken the lump out. So my options were lumpectomy and mastectomy. So I went ahead with the lumpectomy. So they went back in the margin to make sure they got everything, and they took the lymph nodes out. That's how I found out how I was staged, because they took out 10, and one of them came back positive, which means that it had started to spread.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, see, I have to learn more, because you're very open about that, and I want you to share the testimony, because we looking at the victory right here.
And that is my thing. That's what I talk about. We have to talk about it. And, you know, like you say, you grew up with a lot of my family.
Yeah.
When things like this happen, we hide these things.
And we shouldn't be hiding. You know, we need to stop that. That was very common in our village. Things were whispered about.
Yes.
We have to share the story so we can educate, inform, and help the others that's coming behind us.
Yes.
And so I know the whole family was shocked, because you like the baby, you know, because I knew your auntie Lazy Bone and we had our first retail job at Miss Mildred Jordan's storefront in front of our house on 8th Street. And we were working there all day, and I always get me a bag of Lay's potato chips, and Lazy Bone would get the tube of the Lance cookies. See, I never forgot that. But Miss Mildred was one of the small little businesses in our community, and was very loving and caring. And that's what we would do in the summer, and be working there, sweeping up the little floor and all that, and get our treat at the end of the day. So then here you are, you're the baby for us, for me, because I knew them as young children. And so how did the family navigate that? Everybody was just in total shock.
Yes, they was in shock. With my grandmother's children, I am the baby. I'm the baby girl, and then I have my cousin Richard behind us. So they were, because my mom, none of my moms,
none of them had it.
Nobody had it. Then it came down to our generation. None of my cousins had it.
Just you?
Came to me.
Really?
Yes. And I didn't realize that I have the actual breast cancer gene, the BRCA1 gene. I didn't find that out till about maybe 4 years ago.
And you have a daughter?
Yes.
Because she sung in the choir at church. You raised your children in the church now. Your daughter and your son, young teenagers. Whether they wanted to be there or not, I don't know. But I don't think they had a choice, because mom and dad, you were both active in the church, and they would be in the choir stand, and you would see them singing. I mean, very faithful. Yeah, but you trained them up. And I commend you all for that. And so that really makes a difference when you're in a battle.
That's right.
See, and some people don't have a solid foundation. So when the winds of life start blowing, if you don't have a solid foundation, it'll blow you down. But you are a woman of faith. So what we're going to do is go to our first break to our sponsors. We'll be right back. We're going to talk about lemonade for sale. We'll be right back after a word from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by State Senator Ed Harbison, serving the citizens of Georgia's 15th Senatorial District and on the front lines for veterans every day. Progressive Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1952. The George Ford legacy of high standards continues today in the compassionate and professional services provided, a touch of dignity for those who care. Progressive Funeral Home, 4235 St. Mary's Road, trusted by generations. Whole Patient Healthcare. Dr. Jada Rimes-Bacote is board certified in family medicine. She believes the best patient care includes practical, individualized lifestyle changes. Located at 1338 13th Avenue, Columbus, 706-641-2080, or visit wholepatienthealthcare.com. The Framing Factory and Art Gallery for professional framing and decorative art, located in Lake Bottom, 1325 17th Street, or call 706-324-3823. And welcome back to Straightforward. I am visiting with the amazing LaShandra Hill-Covington, a warrior, a survivor, a thriver, a woman of faith. I mean strong faith, because I have seen it in action on Sunday mornings, and when she walked to the mic, I tell you, you better hold yourself. You got to hold yourself in the seat, because she is going to bring it. And I tell you, the presence and the spirit, it's always there, because it comes from a place from the heart and of genuineness, and it shows every time with your praise and your worship. But you got something to praise about. Yes. So 21, you were diagnosed the first time. Then when were you re-diagnosed?
Right before my 29th birthday.
So 8 years later. And so how did you find that?
Ooh, I found this one when I had my mammogram. So please, 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 ladies, self-breast exams, mammograms, get them done. Go to the doctor. Get it checked. Please get checked.
Right. Some people don't like the doctor, and the mammograms aren't comfortable.
Right.
Because they put you in the thing and they smash you down, but it's worth the smash.
It's worth the smash.
It will save you a lot of other treatments that you probably don't want, all of us. And so we need to be faithful about that. If you don't have insurance and you can't afford it, there are resources out there where you can get them for free. So it's worth it.
West Georgia Coalition, Cancer Coalition.
Yeah, West Georgia Cancer Coalition, and that's Cheryl Avery Johnson.
Yes, they're amazing.
Right, who grew up in the CME church too. And her granddaddy, her granddaddy, I would tell her, the real Reverend Avery, not her daddy. Her granddaddy was my grandmother and my father's pastor.
Okay.
Yeah, and so where my father is buried at St. Paul CME Church on Highway 85, the building is named for the Averys. And so, yeah, long legacy there. I tell people, you don't know how people know people.
Right.
Exactly. So, from those two journeys, at age 21 and age almost 29, that breast cancer journey, we ended up with Lemonade for Sale.
Yes.
How did we come up with that title?
Well, one day, so funny you talk about choirs and singing. We was at choir rehearsal, and I was just at a point where I was just fed up, and I needed a sister circle to pray for me. So I was leaving, and the Lord said, ask them to pray for you. So we went in, and at that time, Marilyn West and Pastor West was there.
Right.
So we were in a circle. They were in the circle talking, and I said, sisters, I just need y'all to pray for me.
Right.
Did not tell them what to pray for.
Right.
I just needed them to pray. At that moment, Marilyn West got a vision. She said, the Lord gave me a vision of you in a room with lemons. And there were so many lemons, you were suffocating.
Really?
She said, I don't know what that means to you, but he told me to give that to you. And when she said that to me, this was birth, Lemonade for Sale.
Lemonade for Sale.
I had to squeeze those lemons out and make some lemonade.
So we're going to take those lemons from that vision.
Yes.
And make lemonade.
And make lemonade.
So we were not just going to be sour and bitter.
Right.
Because we could have been sour and bitter when we at age 21 and age 29.
Yes.
Yeah, but your faith helped you to walk it out.
Walk it out.
And take the lemons, squeeze the juice, and we made lemonade.
And made lemonade.
And so Lemonade for Sale.
Yes.
Tell me what's in the book. When did you write the book? You are a wife, you're a mother, you work in that field of education with the kids, you're very active in the church. I mean, when did you write this? When everybody was asleep? I was trying to figure out how.
Some 3 o'clock in the morning, I did write some things. But as I was going through the journey, as a matter of fact, 2 of my poems in there is a journey with cancer. As I was going through the journey, I would write journaling, just putting my feelings.
And so journaling was helpful.
Yes.
See, and I like to share that with people. Some folks don't think that that's cool. We live in this age of technology, but journaling, whatever your struggle is, if it's, family dynamics, mental health, depression, you were in a battle with your health, journaling is a good thing.
It is.
It helps you to manage your emotions and your feelings. You can put it in writing.
Yes.
And so you were writing poems and poetry.
Just writing poems. And they just happened, Marilyn West, she had a chance to read some of them. She said, you never published none of this? I said, no, it's just what I thought, my feelings.
Right.
She said, you ought to publish this. So I said, well, let me look at some of it. And as I was reading it, I was like, I actually can put this into a story to see if people could, if it'll draw people
in. Right.
So I went from Baldwin Street.
All right. In the Dove, our village. Oh, yes. I love my village. I love it.
Me too.
Yes.
All the way through to where I am now, and just talked about the different struggles. But as I talked about the struggles, I talked about the victories with the struggles.
All right.
The things that came with it.
Okay, the victories with the struggle. As we squeeze the lemons.
Yes, ma'am.
And we made lemonade. We took the lemons, we squeezed them, we made lemonade. So we put the victories and the struggles.
Yes,
and we
yes.
went all the way back to Baldwin Street.
Right.
See, and my husband, who is from a different part of the country, I'm so happy that you're sharing this, because that's my thing. It's like, I love my village.
Me too.
And we were not wealthy people, as they call it now, the dub.
Right.
East Wind and the dub, whatever you want to call it. We from 8th Street, you
That's
from Baldwin
right.
Street. And I used to walk through the path from between there by Miss Meadows Grocery, which is where your aunties live, near there. And so all of those struggles that we had, it gave us the strength that we
Yes.
needed to endure what was on the path for us.
Yes.
The lemons.
Yes.
Right. And so you put that, I'm so proud that you shared that. Because I keep running into people that don't want to share that part. And we were saying this in a sidebar. We can't keep keeping everything a secret.
That's right.
We have to share it so we can teach those that's coming behind us that, yeah, this might be what the struggle is.
Right.
But this is what the victory looks like. This the victory, everybody, right here.
On the other side.
On the other side,
other
two
side.
times survivor
Yeah.
and thriving
And thriving.
and working, still working.
Still working.
Got grandbabies. Look, I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
So what it looked like then and where we are now. So we're a published author.
Yes.
We hold seminars.
Yeah.
I've seen it. Even though I wasn't there, don't think I didn't see it. I saw. So you were doing annual events and you were bringing women together.
Yeah.
And so in those seminars, it was supporting each other, women, and then encouraging each other.
Yes.
Right. And so that came from this as well.
Yes, yes.
Right. That's part of those victories.
Yes, ma'am.
Part of those victories.
Yes, ma'am.
And so what can you say to families? Because I know it has a very big financial strain.
Yes.
People don't understand that it's a sickness. It can really, if you stay sick long enough, it can wipe out every resource you have.
Listen, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so when we come back, I want you to share with them, not just the faith that it took, but being resourceful and putting away the false pride. Because some people let false pride stand in their way for the help that they need.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll be right back. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors. Columbus Pediatrics GA, working together to build lifelong relationships between our staff and patients by consistently providing compassion, excellence, and value with 2 locations. The Old Town office at 3580 Massey Lane, Suite F, 706-596-8667. The Midtown office, 1900 11th Avenue, Suite A, 706-323-3400, ColumbusPediatricsGA.com. Barbara's Cleaning Service, a 5-star commercial service with satisfied customers in Georgia and South Carolina, built on the principle that every detail matters. Barbara's Cleaning Service, a new season building a family legacy. The Miley Agency, Gerald Miley and his team can assist you in every aspect of your insurance needs. Call today for your free quote at 706-996-2045 or visit themiley.agency.com. New Horizons Behavioral Health, building better lives in the Chattahoochee Valley, providing services to persons with mental illness, developmental disabilities, and addictive diseases. Located in the Health and Human Services Building, 2100 Comer Avenue, Columbus, or call 706-596-5500. And welcome back to Straightforward. I am enjoying this visit with the amazing LaShandra Hill-Covington. I have to get the maiden name in there because those are the people I know before she got grown enough to marry Mr. Covington. Of course, I know the Covingtons. They were great people, wonderful, wonderful people. I knew your husband's mom and everything. So you married into a good family. Good people connecting with good people. But before we went to the break, I wanted you to share with, because in a sidebar, I was sharing with you that I had a family member and they needed help. But that false pride.
Right.
And you mentioned before earlier the West Georgia Cancer Coalition, which is Cheryl Avery Johnson, and there are other resources. But when your family is in a battle, if you stay sick long enough, the insurance don't pay for everything. Some people don't know that. So you can't let false pride stand in the way of the community resources.
That's right.
And so you were able to tap into some of those.
Yes. Yes. Actually, there was a Medicaid for women at that time, especially when I first started, that helped with the surgeries and things that I needed. So check with your health department.
Okay.
American Cancer Society, touch into these resources. That's what they're there for. And it's sad because a lot of people don't know about these.
No, they don't. They don't.
So you have to get out there and just research. Just like you have to research, well, they probably don't do that. I don't know if they do, research papers anymore like we used to do in school.
Probably
I don't
think so. But no, you have to.
You have to go out there and research.
Right, and everything,
people.
and it's not just a quick dollar.
Right.
Because you might need support services along the way. If you are living along, you might need to be a part of a group to help you with your mental health.
Yes.
Depression as you're fighting through. Don't be so prideful. And I know that Cheryl Johnson's group, they do a lot of wraparound services. The American Cancer, group, they do a lot. So if you put all of those things together, it can help you navigate through, which is a very hard fight.
It is.
Yeah, my mentor, who taught me in TV and radio, State Senator Ed Harbison, who also sponsors this show, his wife, Cecilia, she fought a hard fight. She did not win that battle, but she fought it to the end.
That's right.
And it took a whole lot of resources, even with having people just come to the house. Because if you're sick enough, you're not out. You need people to come by and, a word of encouragement or help you to sit on the porch and things like that. That is how you win the fight.
Right.
Because if you isolate, then that's how the enemy take you.
Yes.
Can we agree on that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Depression is real. Depression is real.
So easy. It's easy to sink into those places.
Yes.
But when you do have, my faith grew. And I, like you say, I had a village. I had caring people around me. And it doesn't have to necessarily be your family. That's why they have these support groups.
Right.
That's why they have people. That's why I'm here. I'm here to, support and encourage, because it is. Even though you can be in a room full of people, you can still be alone.
Exactly.
They don't know exactly.
They haven't walked in those shoes.
You're going through.
Right.
Yes.
I could never, even for your husband, and for him to see you sick or not feeling well, and he couldn't fix it, but he still had to work and take care of the family. It's just good to know where your community resources are and not be so prideful. And we want to hide everything. We can't keep hiding everything if we want to be victorious.
Yes.
We can't keep, because that's what the enemy will want us to do, is to hide it. See, if we stay over in the dark, that's where they can get us. But if we stay out in the light, then we have an opportunity. Right. Okay, so when you are speaking to groups, I know you work in a place where a lot of women, when you're speaking to groups, what's your best advice?
To keep pushing. The best advice, I think, is to keep pushing and believe in yourself and know that you can come out of it victorious, regardless of what the situation is. It doesn't necessarily have to be illness. It could be anything that you're going through. Know that you can do it. Know that I'm just a God girl. I just love the Lord.
Faith.
And I know.
And it shows,
what
though,
He
in your
can do.
worship and your praise. It shows.
So just hold on and know that all things are possible through Him. You have to believe in yourself and know that it can be done, and live each day like it's the best day of your life. I won't say the last day. A lot of people say, live each day like it's your last. No, live like it's your best. Live like it's your first time stepping out into the world. Have faith and be inspired to do whatever it is that you want to do. Know that you can do it. Don't give up.
Because you did, even with your twice, age 21, almost 29. At 29, what stage was that? Did they get this early?
They staged that one. We caught that one early.
Okay.
We caught that one early. I think we may have been stage 2, but at that time, that's when I got my vasectomy.
Uh-huh.
I did
You
get
got your
I
mastectomy
got
at
it.
that time.
Yeah, I got it taken completely
Complete off. Mm-hmm.
So I've done the chemo, I've done the radiation. So
With the sickness of that, with having a family, you had a village.
Yes.
And people showed up for you.
They did.
See, that's what I want people to know. Everything is not always about money. Sometimes it's just the person that's going to come by and cook a pot of soup like we do in the village in the old days.
Yeah.
When something happened, people would show up and take it. They didn't have money because we weren't rich in our neighborhood from our village. You know, we weren't rich. We didn't know how poor we were, but we weren't rich people. We were just hard. We were hard-working people. But they at least would come by. So if it was nothing but a pot of soup and a kind word, a song of praise or prayer, all of that's important in winning this fight.
Yes, they kept me laughing. Laughter, keep them laughing. Just don't come around, sad and
Depressed.
about to be happy. It's not even there. Act like it isn't even there.
Don't even claim it.
Don't even
just
claim
do
it.
what the medical people ask you to do. Stay in the fight. Walk in faith.
Yes.
And move forward with each day like you're going to the next day.
That's right.
Looking
Be
ahead.
happy.
And so we're going to celebrate what? The struggles, but we celebrating the victories.
That's right.
And that's why you're here. Lemonade for sale. Where can they find this book?
Yes. It's on Amazon.
Amazon. And it's under
Lemonade for Sale / LaShandra Hill-Covington.
Poetic Reflections of a Woman Who Turns Life's Lemons into Lemonade.
Yeah.
Well, I want to let you know how proud I am of you, this fabulous Carver girl. We just believe in excellence. One of the beautiful women of faith from my village, Baldwin Street, and we have history and legacy. And if you need someone, a person of faith, to help you as you take this battle on, this is the victory. Reach out to her. She's on social media.
Yes.
You can get her book on Amazon. And if you're a person of faith, if you walk in the right CMB church, you're going to see her bringing it. I'm telling you. And when she bring it, it's fire. So I just want to thank you so much for having this revisit. I want people to see you, see that you're doing great. And those that are constantly in the fight, presently in the fight, and constantly, we want them to just keep moving forward, just like you. All right?
Fight on.
Fight on, fight on. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And I'm so proud of you. I am. Okay. This has been straightforward. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Until next time, be blessed.
What up, world? What's up, Columbus? Be sure to tune in every Sunday, Straightforward with Gloria Strode, right here on NBC 38.